Have our friends over at Bronze for Hire. That is going to be Awesome Jake, CMO, Dark Manticore, Bloodshed, and Ghoul Gaming. On our blue side, we have got the Portal Demons. That is going to be 6 kill streak, Hark, Rebellion, Dome, Tubby, and Imperial Ferret. Make sure I got this on the right hand side. I do. Bronze, and then perfect. We got that all organized. We have got ourselves Kukulkan, Odin, and Kamazot's band, Hell, Bastet, and Yamoja band as expected. Not gonna let CMO have that Hell. So we do see the Merlin, Sylvanas, Hercules locked in. Lots of sustain once again. They've been rocking sustain games all day. All day, baby. They've been rocking the sustain. Every single game in the tournament, they've been getting some sort of sustain on their team. Sylvanas, Hell, etc. Hercules obviously has the self-sustain. And then they've got Heim, Xingtian, and Discordia. Right now, I'm loving Bronze for Hire's team right now. It is looking super good. I'm loving Sylvanas. I really think he's one of the best supports in the game right now. I think his sustain is incredible to the team. But they do have a Heim Xingtian. Xingtian, arguably the best support in the game as well. I think it's probably a battle between Sylvanas and Xingtian right now. Heim's a great hunter to have. And Discordia is actually pretty good right now. Ever since the Chronos pendant builds came back into the meta, Discordia loves CDR. So I'm glad to see that she is getting some gameplay again. And here in the tournament finals as well, this is it. This is for all the marbles. First place team gets 350 bucks. The second place team gets 150 bucks. So there is a fairly significant difference here between first and second place. So we should see some pretty full try hard. We see the Thanatos ban come out. I thought it might have gotten banned. They're going ahead and targeting Tubby right there, known for his Thanatos gameplay. So they're going to take it right off the board. We also see the Hunmatch Thor ban come out. I'm surprised that they're banning so many junglers right now. I almost wonder if it's going to be something crazy like a Xingtian jungle with the confidence that they had going into that. But it's not. It's going to be a Kali. You love to see the Kali jungle. So much potential. So much potential with the Kali and the jungle. They don't have anything like Peely with her. No Geb, no Kepri right now. Which I usually like to see with a hyper carry like that in the jungle. Chernobog getting locked in. It could be Merlin ADC or mid, and Chernobog ADC or mid, depending on where they want to run those. Either work. More standard would, of course, be the Chernobog ADC Merlin mid. And their final pick, they could be a jungler or a solo laner. Looks like they're going to opt to make it a jungler, and it's going to be the Daji. Pretty much all the gods have CC immunity on their ultis on the opposing team, the notable exception being Kali. So I don't necessarily love the Daji pick here. She's standardly picked into compositions that are missing CC immunity on their ult, so they don't get pulled. So they can get pulled. We saw how successful RDO was in the last game. I can't help but wonder if that influenced the pick here. But RDO's great into that team. Daji can't dash, no driving strikes, no Merlin flickers. I love to see that pick come out. Honestly, both teams rocking really good compositions. I would say probably if I had to give it leaning to anybody, I'd give it to Bronze for Hire just because of how good CMO has been playing this tournament. But one player doesn't make a team. So All right. Now we wait patiently for the 3-minute timer to get us into the match. The old stream sniping prevention. But the team coming out right now, man, Sylvanas sustain on that comp. Hercules obviously has his own sustain. Wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of lifesteal items come out on Merlin. Wouldn't surprise me at all. He'll probably start with the Chronos Pendant CDR build, but transition into some, wouldn't mind seeing a Pythags on him. Got Dark Manicore, CMO, Awesome, Ghoul Gaming, and Bloodshed. And on Portal Demons in our finals, we've got Tubby, Dome, Hark, Imperial, and 6 kill streak. We see all of Bronze for Hire already coming out together, rotating with each other. They are already looking for something sneaky. They are here to win. Oh, they might do the purple rotation. They might send the entire team over there. They know that they're going to be sitting there with the ADCs. They found the Heim. They've got 5 people. Will they be able to reach them? They couldn't get to the Heim, but they did get to Heart Rebellion. That'll be a first blood for Ghoul Gaming. Great grouping there. SPL level synergy, making sure they quickly get out of the base, quickly rotate to where they know the enemy will be, and lock themselves in for a first blood on their Chernobog. What a great start coming out for Bronze for Hire. Very, very smart play. Get that first blood right off the board. This is what happens when you're playing to win, ladies and gentlemen. You'll love to see it. After all that, now things will start to go back just to a little bit like normal. As everybody begins to go to their lanes, we see both of the mid laners opting for that Chronos Pendant build. This is expected. Solo laners getting their Warrior's Blessing. Junglers with their Assassin Blessings. Both of our Hunters are opting for the Hunter's Blessing. And our Guardians, of course, with Guardian's Blessing boots. So pretty standard builds all around. Only thing notable so far was that level 1 full team invade. Over the mid lane, we could see a little bit of action. Kali Discordia actually has a good amount of crowd control at this point of the game. If they got onto Merlin. But Merlin's level 3 now. Chances are he's going to have his flicker online. Much harder to kill him when he gets that level 3. A little bit of bonus XP from that first blood rotation ain't hurting anybody, you know. They're not hating that life at all. Got a little bit of pressure over in the solo lane. You can see Hercules and Ardio beating on each other just a little bit. Nothing too crazy, though. Over in dual lane, Bronze for Hire is probably going to continue to have the clear. Sylvanas very good at clearing. Not to mention Chernobog did get that first blood. So he's going to be able to back early for a boot or something if he so desires. He could try to go straight into Transcendence. But I would probably like to see the boots come out first for him. Good poke from Discordia here in the mid lane. They do have the full wave cleared. So Portal Demons probably could have looked for some pressure right there. They were all level 3 during that moment. But they opt not to. Just going to continue safe farming. Wouldn't be surprised if Portal Demons was a little bit nervous right now. The game hadn't even started and there's already action, you know, happening for them. I think maybe they were just caught a little bit sleepy there. And now they're going to be trying very hard not to get caught again in a similar situation like that. Bronze for Hire shoving up in the old duo. Looks like Portal Demons actually got the best of that clear so they can make it to their purple buff, which is very nice. Discordia going to do Oracles by herself. And it looks like we've got a pause coming out here for the Huncules, who seems to have found himself no longer connected to the match, which happens. Classic servers. We call that a server classic. So while we're waiting right here, we can take a gander at the graphs. You see, I don't like Spear of the Magus as an item so much, but it is a great objective shredder. And we are connected. It seems we got our boy Hercules back in action. He has hit that sweet, sweet reconnect. And the game is afoot. 3 minutes into the game. 500 gold lead for Bronze for Hire. Anybody's game, and it's a best of 3. The duo lane for Portal Demon is going to go ahead and back up. Start to get some items online. Fairly low HP Discordia. She got that level 5. He's probably going to end up backing now. Yes, he is. Not going to mess around with that situation, as he really shouldn't against a Dodgy. Dodgy loves to one-shot some squishies. Loves it, loves it, loves it. Little Dodgy 3 into the auto +1 into ulti. Sylvanas Chernobog over here. Still have the win on that wave clear. Very close Sylvanas pull onto that Heim. Sylvanas is actually great into Heim, because if you land the root, then he has to either basically beads or get pulled, because he doesn't have a real jump ability, dash ability to try to do anything about it. His 3 takes way, way too long in order to get through that. So there's nothing he can actually do about getting pulled if he lands the root first, outside of literally beadsing or ulting away. Neither which are great options, but they got level 5 first. We're going to see the Xing Tenno. We talked about this earlier. They have to beads 1, so they can't beads both, and that's going to be a yeeted Sylvanas and a kill for Hark Rebellion. We talked about once they got level 5, how much of a powerhouse that lane would be with the Xing Tenno and the Heim ult. So very hard to deal with, and they immediately get the 5. They immediately take the fight. You love to see it. They're pissed that they got ganks at level 1 over by their purple buff, and they said, heck nah, you're not taking this lane for free, baby. You're gonna have to work for it. Right side Harpies being taken down right there. Looks like our Hercules is not letting any pressure up either. He may have had that disconnect, but he ain't feeling it too much. He's like, nah, man, I'm putting the pressure over here. I'm not letting down at all. I'm going to up my aggression in this lane. Both level 6, not behind at all. CMO is developing a pretty significant lead at this point. He's level 8 while Discordia is level 6. Merlin getting to that late game as fast as humanly possible is very important. His damage output will become absurd, super fast. You can see he is going to go into the cooldown build. So he'll be able to get that Chronos Pendant. As soon as he has 1,300 gold, he'll be able to back for that Chronos Pendant. He is already almost there. Full boots and Chronos Pendant at like the 6-minute, 30-second marker. Dodgy looking for the ulti. Wow, what great jumps from Hark, baby. Incredible play. Dodging those Dodgy ults left and right. I think he might have even thrown a little bit of a taunt in there, actually, at that tower line after that play. To be fair, he pretty much deserves a taunt on that one. That was sick play. A lot of damage coming out from just a little Hercules one. We see a bit of a fight breaking out over in the solo lane. Hercules and Ardio having a bit of combat over here. Herc's got to be careful. That cripple can be very problematic. But he's all right. He's got a little bit of heal. He's trying to pull her into tower and not going to make it that far. Both solo laners are going to be fine for now. Xing 10 looking to rotate, but now he sees that his Discordia is getting wrecked in the mid lane. But she will live. Great Aegis coming out from 6 kill streak right there. Is going to keep him alive. Sylvanas did use his ultimate for that and did not acquire the kill. Good play from Discordia staying alive right there. She was getting attacked by the support and the enemy mid laner. I wouldn't be surprised to see Heim continue the pressure up in this lane. It is Dome. We've seen Dome do very well in this tournament so far. Come up with some very interesting strategies. They didn't run their interesting start this game. Might have partially been because of that invade that they had onto them. We'll see if they break it out in a later game during these finals. See if they could get it on Itsunami. I know they like to run it on Itsunami with the immediate support rotation to mid. So we'll have to wait and see if they decide to run that later on. And both teams are just going back to farming right now. 8 minutes into the game. 1-1. Bronze for hire. Portal Demons dead even in gold. Really, the only difference right now is there's a little bit of an XP lead for Bronze in mid and a little bit of an XP lead for Portal Demons in the Hunter role. Aegis is down on Discordia, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some aggression come out onto her within the next minute. She does have her ulti, though, for CC immunity, so it's not like the Dodgy can pull her or anything. As long as she keeps it up. There's the Kali Blink. Immediately trying to ulti onto Kali. Kali actually has beads, not Blink this game. She knew that Kali was going to be looking for her. I actually like that pickup a lot. And now they're looking to go aggressive. They know the Blink is down. They know the ulti's down on Dodgy. That's going to be a free kill. Discordia feels free to use her ultimate because the Dodgy ult is already down. Great pickup right there onto the Dodgy. Really heads up play. They knew her active was down. They knew her ulti was down. She had no way to get away from any of those abilities. Very nice. Huge damage coming out from Merlin onto Discordia from all the way away. Yeeted was Chernobog over in the duo lane, and Dome will wrap up that kill. Portal Demons now have 3 kills to Bronze's 1. Bronze got the little early game group up cheesy kill, but they haven't found one since then. They might have just pissed off the Portal Demons more than anything. Hercules still doing just fine and dandy over in the solo lane. Imperial Ferret definitely getting the best of the lane right now. But we would expect the RDO to be getting the best of the lane. Very strong laning phase from RDO. Lots of good clear. Lots of CC. Tubby could come over and possibly look at this Hercules. They've got enough pressure on him if he wants to go from that blue buff, but he's not. He's just going to opt to back. We see the Dodgy over here as well. But she just came over to do the blue buff. And Xingtian will head himself back to the mid lane. A lot of triple splitting right now happening from Bronze for higher. Somehow, Merlin still finding all the XP in the world, even though they're doing a lot of triple splitting. Dodgy ultimate is back up, but her blink is still down for another 10 seconds. Dodgy's going to go in for this fight, though. She gets a lot of pressure onto Kali. She's looking for the ultimate. Kali's going to have to beat that ulti, and now they hit Xingtian with it. Xingtian has to ulti for the CC immunity as well. He's going to find himself in a rough spot right now. That's a great yeet, though, coming out from Dome to keep his Xingtian alive. They might be able to find the kill onto that Dodgy, and they do. A huge Heimer one coming out to secure the kill on the Dodgy once again. Great peel coming out from Portal Demons. Great team play right there, keeping each other alive. And, of course, great active usage where they needed it. Heim making great plays. Look at that Heim build. He went straight for the Bloodforge. We see a lot of SPL level players liking this build right now. Barracuda recommends this type of build, going quickly into a Bloodforge instead of something like a Devos. He likes that a lot right now. If you read his recent article that he did about ADC builds, he mentions how strong Bloodforge is. So not surprising to see that come out early game. We see the Transcendence on Chernobog, which means he's probably going to find himself into a third item Aussie. Not a bad build at all. Takes a little bit later to get into the 1v1 phase over in the Hunter role with that. But not bad at all. Even with all these kills, we can still see the efficient farming coming out from Bronze for Hire. They're only down 700 gold and 2,000 XP. That's not bad at all. Most of that XP is probably over in the duo lane right now. And CMO is still maintaining his slight XP lead in the mid lane. We can see how much better this team is faring against Bronze for Hire as well. All of the teams beforehand have been trying to deal with CMO's hell, and that has been absolutely undealable. Nobody has found a way to beat it. So great play from Portal Demons in the picks and bans phase, making sure to ban out the hell, even though it's not necessarily a ban you see very often right now. She has an extraordinarily high win rate and high level ranked. And also, you've got to target ban people out when they've got that god that they just can't lose with. You just got to do it. Let's take a gander at our Hercules and RDO. It's a bear and a man fighting each other. We got a little rotation coming over from Kali. I don't know if they're going to be able to find a kill onto Herc. He's a pretty tanky boy right now. He doesn't seem too phased by this gank. you know, he lost like 20% of his HP, but Daji's going to be looking for the counter gank. She does hit Ardio with the ulti, but will it be enough? They land the driving strike to pull him under tower, and Daji, he's just going to dash safely away from the Daji and the Hercules. And he's healing right back up. Yeah, these are going to be two very hard solo laners to kill until at least anti-heal comes online. You can see that Ardio does have the contagion for the anti-heal. Huge damage from CMO out into Discordia. That's a good kill. Uses his flicker aggressively to get in range of his fire stance and finds the kill. Ulti coming out on Sylvanas. Going to take away his CC immunity, actually, as he gets ultied into the tower. But Chernobog's fighting the rotation over. But Heim will use his teleport himself to get himself right back to that duo lane. He also uses his Aegis while he was standing on his teleport to make sure that he didn't die while he had to stand still on the teleport. Smart heads-up play from Dome right there to get out of there. Great play from CMO to find that kill. Great plays from both teams, but in favor of Bronze for Hire right there. And back to farming they go. 14 minutes into this game. 2 to 4 kills, 37k to 37k. This game is dead even, ladies and gentlemen. Dead even. Everybody resets on back. Taking a gander at these mid builds. They're going to be very, very similar. You can see the Chronos Pendant cooldown boots. Discordia hasn't made it yet to her Karen's coin, but she will, of course, be going into that next, just like Merlin has. Merlin has himself a Divine Ruin, though, this game. He immediately worked himself into the anti-heal. I would have liked to see some anti-heal online for Portal Demons by this point. The Sylvanas heals are going to start to become problematic. Very, very problematic. As we see Tubby trying to go over here, get some pressure onto the dodge. He's not going to be enough. Great Sylvanas ulti will bring him down. Tubby tries to get away from that, but the Sylvanas bleed will be enough. Great pickup onto the jungler and the hunter, and that should be a relatively free gold Fury for Bronze for Hire. Discordia is not very good at stealing objectives. Her ulti doesn't really have a way to get in there. And so that will be the first objective of the game for Bronze for Hire. Awesome Jake diving into the mid lane, trying to find himself a Discordia for his troubles as well. That's Beats and Aegis down on Discordia. And Awesome Jake will find himself on the wrong side of that trade as he gets whirlwind right onto the tower and finds himself a little bit too aggressive and dead. Still, taking a gander at the graphs, you can see the spike up. That is that fight going, plus the Gold Fury. Got to give them the edge on that. 2,000 gold and XP. Not a big deal at all at the 15-minute marker. In fact, so much of not a big deal, it's almost negligible. The biggest difference right now is just that CMO has a 2-level lead over Kill Streak. That could prove to be a problem. Merlin is getting to his late game quicker than you want him to. He's almost got a level going per minute right now. If you go look at the damage charts, Merlin way up at the tippity top. 10,000 damage, followed by your solo laners doing their fake solo lane damage. Next person in the game is Heim at 5. That's twice as much damage as the next person on the enemy team that's really been involved in these team fights. So they're going to have to get Merlin down in these fights. He has to be the priority target. Merlin is it's a lot easier saying you want to target Merlin than it is actually targeting him. Flicker's a great skill to get away. He can use the knock-up on his arcane stance when he's trying to get you out of there. He can slow you with the ice stance transform. He has lots and lots of options for getting away. Not to mention his beads and Aegis. Kali, though, getting further and further into her build. She's got the Golden Blade. She's got the Hastened Katana. She's got the Stone Cutting Sword. So he's got a lot of movement online. He'll be able to stick on target. The later this game goes, the more problematic that Kali is going to become. And less problematic this Daji is going to become. So they're getting into that swippity swap stage where the Merlin's going to start turning online for realsies and the Kali is going to start turning online for realsies. Just grabbing another quick little objective right there. Portal Demon, not super relevant as an objective in Smite. It's really more of an afterthought than it is anything else. Great play coming on to CMO. They force the beads. They force the Aegis. Daji's looking for the ulti herself. She doesn't quite find it on anybody besides the Kali, but the Kali will get the beads off. Daji now a half HP. Xing10 is all up in their face. The Discordia ult does not land. Will Xing10 go down for this? He gets not hit by the Herc ult. Doesn't find a way to land it. Now, Ardio's coming in. She actually can put a lot of pressure on them. If she continues to go in on them right now, she could be crippling them, looking for a fight, but her team doesn't seem to want it. I actually would have liked to see them go for that fight there. You can see the Sylvanas already sustaining his team up. Portal Demons has to commit to these fights because Bronze for Hire is going to out-sustain them every single time. They're going to need to 100% commit to these fights. Now, Beats and Aegis are down for a solid 2 minutes on Mercury. On Mercury. Yes, all those Mercuries in this game on Merlin, the other M-God who hits you in the face and hurts really bad. Merlin has those actives down, which means he's extremely susceptible to the Xing Tian Kali right now. So they need to put immediate pressure. As soon as their ultimates come back up, I want to see them diving for CMO again. He should not be able to live through to his next bead's cooldown. They're going to get a lot of gold for him, a lot of XP for killing him, and they'll be able to put a lot of pressure onto Bronze for Hire while he is out of the game. He'll have a nice long death timer too, probably 30 to 40 seconds at this point. We do see 3 members of Portal Demons coming out to the mid lane. You see all the ultimates are back up for both squads. Heim does have his crit online with the Rage, so does Turnabog. Both of them opting into crit this game. You see Dome going almost the exact build that Bera mentioned, actually, in that article that he was a part of. Almost the exact build. Meanwhile, Turnabog going a little bit more of like a mid laner hunter build. Nothing wrong with that. He is leveled 19. So not struggling at all with that build over in the duo lane. Just a little bit more mid lane in style. We see the Daji diving into the Heimer right there. Almost finding herself on the bad side of that trade. We will find the blink from Xing Tian. The blink from Sylvanas. Great ultis coming out from both sides right now. Xing Tian has to ulti to get CC immune right there. And he will be put down by the Merlin. Tubby has to use his ultimate to stay alive right there. Merlin got so much damage in from so far away in that fight. They have got to make sure that they're putting pressure on the Merlin. Nobody else is even worth targeting. As soon as Merlin comes around, he is going to kill the entire team. There goes the Gold Fury in all of 2 seconds because of that damage coming out. Let's look for anti-heal. We've got a Pestilence online for Portal Demons. Looks like Discordia is finally working on that Divine Ruin. They've got a Contagion on Ardio. So they will finally have that anti-heal online, which is great. I would have liked to see it before the 20-minute marker. It's a little bit late in the game for this to happen. They're starting to fall a little bit behind. To be fair, maybe it's not completely from the Sylvanas sustain right now. More of that seems to be targeting issues and not getting this 12,000 damage Merlin dead. So much more damage than the next person in these team fights, which is still Heim over at about 6,000 to 7,000 once you factor out all of this fake solo laner damage as they continue to punch each other in the head and we all wave and say, hi, solo laners. They're having a great time. They love it. They're both level 18, 0, 0, and 1, 0, 0, and 0 in true solo laner fashion. Meanwhile, we see our first level 20 of the game. It is going to be Ghoul Gaming on that Chernobog. He is now working himself into an Executioner for that penetration. Looks like we might see a Kins coming out from Dome right now, or an Aussie. We'll see what he decides to go with. Tubby finds himself a kill over in the solo lane. Finally, we see one of the solo laners go down, and now we see the rotation coming out for Bronze for Hire. They don't want to let this go for free. They're trying to put damage on the solo laner themselves. Ardio finds herself low. A good shell coming out, keeping her alive. They will be able to get this tier 1 tower down with absolutely no problem. As they continue to push towards this tier 2, Daji blinks in. She does find herself stunned. Cannot reach on the ultimate onto Kali. Xing Tian will find himself pulled. Does he have anything up to get himself out of here? He does not. 4 members of Bronze for Hire will kill that Xing Tian. Luckily for Portal Demons, they get a tier 2 tower themselves over here, making a tower trade so they're not falling behind any in the gold. Discordia's got to be a little bit careful. She's over here farming the mid lane, which is fine. Bronze for Hire over near the Fire Giant. They might go for the big fire depending on how they're feeling. They're not. They just want to grab this Pyromancer. Once again, good objective play. coming out for bronze for hire. Discordia needs to be very careful as this entire team is running towards mid lane. She doesn't know it. CMO uses his flicker to get closer to her. Good Aegis coming out from Daji. Great blink coming out from Sylvanas. She uses the ulti for CC immunity. Does find it on the bounce. Kali now coming in for Merlin. That's an Aegis down. She can't reach on the auto attacks though. Unfortunately, not going to find it for himself. Herc tries to boulder over the wall to find a lazy backing Daji. Will not find a lazy backing Daji. She's overdoing her red buff. And now we've got 4 people for bronze in the mid lane chasing down Portal Demons. It's RDO. Daji goes in the ulti again. She finds the Heim. She's looking for other people. She pulls the Heim. Heim doesn't have any actives that he uses right there, so no harm, no foul. Hercules gets himself into this fight, taking absolutely no damage. Not a care in the world. As everybody is kind of chilling for a second. Nobody's dying. Everybody's confused. They've got Chernobog over in the dual lane who can ulti over whenever he'd like to be a part of this fight. For now, he's going to continue split pushing over in that dual lane. RDO down to half health, though. Now she's in trouble. She's getting pulled. She's getting rooted. Sylvanas only ultis the RDO. I don't like that choice right there. Now Hercules will find himself dead for his positioning, as it's a 1-for-0 trade right now for Portal Demons. But Chernobog is continuing to shove over in this dual lane. He will find a tier 1 tower. Honestly, probably worth the same there as the Hercules. And they will maintain their lead. 3,000 XP difference, about a 4,000 gold difference, and a purple buff for his trouble. We can see still that Heim has his beads and Aegis up. He did not use his beads, even though he got hit by the Daji ult. He knew that when he got pulled, he was going to be fine. So he opted to not waste his beads right there. Smart decision. Can be a very hard decision to make in the middle of a team fight to not use an active on purpose, because you know you're not going to have any follow-up on you. It can be very hard to distinguish that situation in the midst of all that chaos. So heads up play there from Dome. We're seeing the Kali damage come online. You see he's got the Kins and the Executioner. He's got a lot of penetration, a lot of damage, a lot of attack speed, a lot of movement speed. Kali finally finding their online point here around the 25-minute marker. Daji 1-3, didn't quite get the early game that she was looking for. Doing a good job forcing some actives, but not doing a whole bunch more than forcing actives. Sylvanas needs to find the ulti on more members than just the solo laner. I think he thought they'd be able to burn down the RDO, but that's a tanky RDO. Look at that. Contagion, Voidstone, Urchin. There's a lot of tankiness right there, as the teams are both getting set up for this primal Gold Fury. Sylvanas and Hercules moving up to that front line with an RDO there. Great Discordia 2 over the wall, actually. Put some pressure onto Awesome Jake. RDO finding himself a little bit lower, down to half health. This is actually good damage onto the solo laner. Merlin going to follow up. That's a great Sylvanas pull. That's what you like to see. But that's going to be a very low Chernobog right there, and he will die. He doesn't quite find himself into the wall. RDO still alive as they're chasing down to the mid lane. Tubby's at full HP. He probably could have gone for that Daji there in mid. Down to 2 HP, 1 HP, no HP. RDO will die in order to get that kill, though, as another great Sylvanas pull. He just can't miss. I don't know if you want to pull the Xing 10 into your whole team, though, as the Guardian solo and mid laner for bronze are still alive. Portal Demons, though, got 1 soloing the Gold Fury, while they have 3 over here continuing the fight in the mid lane. I love this executive decision to go for this play. They're going to be able to get that Gold Fury while keeping all of bronze here in the mid lane so they can reduce that lead. Great shot calling right there. 2,000 gold difference, no XP difference, basically. 26 minutes at this point in the game. This is dead even. Nobody developing a serious lead. Very, very nice plays from both teams. If we go back and look at total damage, we can still see Merlin at the tippity top, man. 24,000. The solo laner damage is starting to become more and more relevant as they're actually participating in these team fights now. So that 15 and 13 are starting to mean something. But really, the next important number is still going to be that Heim damage at 11,000. Merlin is outputting a lot of damage. Unfortunately, not quite finding enough from his team right now to capitalize on it. Although Chernobog does have Deathbringer, Rage, he's got the ability to split push right now. Wouldn't be surprised to see teams start warding, getting ready for this Fire Giant. We see the Sentry Ward out from Portal Demons on the Fire Giant right now. Plus, they've got good deep wards. You can see they've got that deep vision all around. Just getting set up and ready. Everybody just trying to make sure they don't lose this first Fire Giant. Pyromancer is spawning. Not really an important objective, but it can be This is when it's the most relevant. When you need to keep running back to Fire Giant is when that is the most relevant. We see a little bit of a blink in from Daji as she's looking for the RDO. They're going to try to find something over in the dual lane. They're trying to find a fight as well. Will Chernobog make it out of that in dual lane? He will. They will pick up the solo laner here by the Fire Giant, and Chernobog will use his ultimate to get out of that fight. They rotated over there, Haim and Kali, to that dual lane to try to stop the Chernobog split push. Unfortunately, he's going to make it over just fine to that Fire Giant. 5v4 right now. Although a lot of ultimates are down, they will be shutting that Fire Giant. Portal Demons does not have to give this up whatsoever. It is already down to half HP, already down to a quarter HP. Xingtian looking for the blink ult. He does find a couple in that. That will be Merlin's beads down. Portal Demons destroys the Fire Giant. Bronze will not grab it. CMO very low in the back line. I expect them to continue their push. Haim looking for the ulti. Doesn't reach it. Doesn't land the auto attack, and he's going to die for that. They're not finding anything. Can the Kali get a reset? Kali does not get a reset. They could not find the damage onto CMO, and even though they steal the Fire Giant, they do not steal the fight as Bronze for Hire crushes them in that fight. Just not able to find the last auto attack, the last bit of damage onto Merlin. He has to use both his actives, but he lives once again, has not died at all yet. Great steal coming out from Portal Demons on the Fire Giant, but a great fight coming out from Bronze, keeping their cool and protecting their Merlin. They really ought to let this tier 2 tower go and just defend for Phoenixes. Still going to be a hard Phoenix to fight. All they've got right now is RDO and Xingtian defending this, but they're two frontline boys. They might be able to get enough pressure. Great Xingtian ult, putting pressure onto that Merlin right there, down to half HP. They know he doesn't have any actives up, getting a lot of damage there. Not going to be enough to kill him, but it might be enough to save this Phoenix as his team is respawning in just a couple of seconds. Merlin is sticking around as the respawns come out. Now they're going to get chased down right here. Xingtian does have that Fire Giant buff on him. No Phoenix is going down on Portal Demons. Bronze for Hire can find themselves a couple of buffs for their troubles. 4,000 XP lead, 5,000 gold lead. At the 30-minute marker, though, these numbers aren't that big of a deal. They keep slowly increasing their lead, but not at a rate that it's really mattering. Once you get to about 80,000 gold in Smite, that's when you're basically hitting full builds. All you're doing after that is maybe selling your boots for your 6th item, maybe getting some potions. But 80,000 is really when things start to even out. By the time it gets to 85, 90, the game is completely evened out in gold no matter what the deficit is. And as far as XP lead, everybody's level 20, so XP isn't relevant at all because everybody's already max level. Can't have any more XP than max. So those numbers really not super impactful. This game is dead even at the 30-minute marker. 12-10. Wouldn't be surprised to see Merlin over 30,000 damage at this point. He's getting close at about 29,000 damage there at Merlin. We see Kali starting to trickle her way up on this damage chart. We need to see him to continue to go up on that damage chart. He's got an oboe online right now. He's looking for that sweet, sweet team fight. As Bronze starts to push down this left-hand side, looking for a T2. Portal Demons doesn't have to give up this tier 2 if they don't want to. Merlin Aegis is still down for 20 seconds. But he does have his beads up. RDO, though, might find himself in a bad spot. That's all 5 members of both teams. RDO turns on the gas, and will dash herself right out of that trouble. But they do lose the tier 2. A little bit of presence lost there on the map. We see the Oni Fury up right now. This Oni Fury is going to be important. I would actually love to see Portal Demons try to get in here. Catastrophe. You're going to see the Kali blink in there, get Chernobog down to half HP, but that's a huge Sylvanas ult coming out for the peel. Now the Kali is very low. Will she be able to get out? Yes, she will. Oh, she gets hit by the ultimate, but she does get the beads off, so she will live through that. Bronze for Hire does kill the Oni Fury in the backline with that Chernobog, and now they're pressing forward into the red buff right there. Awesome Jake trying to get himself into the fight. He will get himself into the fight. Takes a lot of damage though. Already down to half HP. Haim will dash himself right out of that fight, but now he's going to get chased down by Daji in the backline. He can see him though. He might be able to win the fight if he gets it off perfectly. There's the Haim ult. They're going to keep chasing for him though. Will he be able to make it through? Unfortunately, he has to throw down the 1 too early because of that. In the backline, we see the Hercules though now caught out by 4 people. 1 goes down for either team. Solo laner down for Bronze. ADC down for Portal Demons. Still though, 4 up for each team. Still the benefit going to Bronze for Hire because as you can see, they did acquire those buffed minions from that Gold Theory. Probably won't lead to anything though. as they're going to be able to go snag and kill all of these creeps down all the lanes before the Fire Giant spawns, before anything becomes super problematic. And both team members will be respawning on these squads before all of those buffs in the next fight start. As far as healing goes, I'm a little bit curious about the Sylvanas right now. 12,000 healing from Sylvanas. That's good, man. That 12,000 healing, plus the protections that you get from Sylvanas too, plus the protections that you get from Lotus Crown, plus the protections that you get from Evolved Gauntlet of Thebes, man. That's a lot of defenses that he's giving his team. Very, very hard to deal with in those team fights. Dodgy once again looking for the RDO. She finds it, and she will find the kill as well. That's a huge pickoff onto the RDO, who has no CC immunity and no way to stop those ults from pulling her in. She has Thorn's teleport. That is why we see the Dodgy continually grabbing the RDO. Merlin already burning down the Fire Giant to half up. Xingtian will blink himself in here, forces the Merlin flicker, but nothing else. Hercules over in the mid lane distracting two members of this team, but that should be a dead solo lane right there. That's a 1-for-1 solo lane trade. As they go back onto the Fire Giant, they're going to burn it down real quick. They knew they could get it. A couple members get hit, though, by the Fire Giant there at the end. Might make them low enough for a little fight. Does Kali have her ultimate up? She does. She might be able to get in on this. They need to stop focusing. Now, Sylvanas, though, once again, Chernobog misses the wall. Chernobog beats. Chernobog Aegis. Chernobog life. Great Sylvanas pull. Will pull in the Heim towards the Merlin. Kali continuing to run away. Heim finds himself in a real bad spot. He Aegis is not going to be able to live through, though, as Merlin hits him with that sweet, sweet mode transform. We see a pause coming out. Looks like an accidental pause, potentially, from one of the team members as the game comes back in and starts up again. It looks like somebody might have hit the wrong button right there. Maybe tried to have a pause going off earlier, and then the pause went off right in the middle of the team fight, because that's how Smite works sometimes. Dodgy not able to land the pull. Not able to get it, but they will be able to continue this fight up onto Discordia. She will find herself dead right there. Xingtian gets himself out of that fight. 2 members down for Bronze for Hire, so they will have 3 members up with that Fire Giant. Once again, a pause starting and ending immediately. So we have got 3 members up with Fire Giant for Bronze for Hire on really their most important members. They've got it on Merlin and Dodgy, which is who they really wanted on. 2 members dead. Currently for Portal Demons, down is Discordia and that Heim. And they're shoving in for a right Phoenix right now with just 3 members. This is pretty risky, actually. Kali might be able to find something on the back side. They do have the Sentry Ward out there, so they won't know if he's coming. But they have the Chernobog ulti, so now they do know that they're there. Sylvanas still coming down. That's a dead RDO. RDO just not able to find the plays. This game keeps getting brought out by that Sylvanas. Dodgy's looking over for the Kali. Doesn't find anything right there as they continue to push into this right-hand side. Phoenix Xingtian only getting that ulti onto the Sylvanas. Sylvanas' ultimate is down there. Dodgy looking for the ulti. Doesn't quite get it. Good beads there coming out from Kali to keep her alive. As they continue to dive in, that's a dead Xingtian. This could be it for Bronze for Hire. Kali just trying to get any kills in the back line. Not able to find it. The Discordia ult comes in. 5v2 right now. Portal Demons has to have the craziest hold of a lifetime to stop them from coming in. With this Merlin damage, though, I don't imagine they're going to be able to defend this. That's a dead Discordia. That's 5 for 1, and they should be able to heal up with their Fire Giant, get into this team, and that'll be a 36-minute round 1 win for Bronze for Hire. Taking round 1 in this tournament, guys. What a great game, though. 20-13, 36 minutes, objective steals, but Merlin 8-0-11. They just weren't able to find the Merlin. They got him low so many times. They got his actives down. They couldn't quite commit to the kill with that Sylvanas peel. Weren't able to get him down. 45,000 damage coming out from Merlin. Nobody even close on Portal Demon sides. Closest that they got was 24k on Kali. Looks like they're going to be banning Merlin and Hell in the next game, folks. Looks like they got to take both off the board for CMO. Is there anything that he can't play? We're going to find out in the next round. We'll see if they get banned or not. Maybe they leave them both open. They say, screw it. Just give the man his hell. Who knows? Maybe they ban them both and they say, leave open the other OP gods. As we move into, we will get our next game ready.